Hello friends, welcome back to Bill's Library. I'm Heather, and today I am going to be talking to you guys about some of my almost favorite books of the year. So I did my absolute best favorite books of the year, top 20 recently. I'll make sure to link it for you guys, but there were some books in there that just like almost skated in there, like they were super close, and I just wanted to talk about them. And so I have 9 of them, and they're ones that I just so much enjoyed and have stuck with me still, but they just weren't quite up to the favorite. Not quite there, but so close. So before we jump into the 9 books that I have here for you guys, go ahead and get down below, click subscribe. Also, I will have my Goodreads and Instagram down below so we can talk bookish on all of the platforms. I would absolutely love that. So go ahead and do that real fast. And let's go ahead and start with Sleeping Giants by Sylvan Newell. I really enjoyed the sci-fi book. It was super fun. The audiobook is incredible. So this book, we are actually being told it in interview format. And you start out, this girl falls into this hole and into a big, huge, giant robot hand. And so then we fast forward, I don't know, it's like 15, 20 years later or something. And that girl now has a PhD, and she gets assigned to work on the project to try and find other parts to go with this huge hand. And so we're following like the perspective, like they're different interviews. So we have the pilot, and that's flying around trying to find these pieces all over the world, some of the different people that are working within the lab, and trying to figure out what this giant hand is made of, what it can do, like, and as they're collecting the pieces and stuff, and lots of like political intrigue in here, humor. I love when sci-fi joins with humor, like so good. Sci-fi has become something that I'm enjoying more and more as I read more. So I'm definitely enjoying getting into this, and I really enjoyed this, and the audiobook is the way to go because the interview process just sounds so good. I really loved it. So then I have Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. And this one, when I first read it, I was like, I really enjoyed this one. It was great, it was good, but is it a favorite? I was like, I don't think it's a total favorite, but it's still like one that I think about. It was something different. I still like enjoyed it so much that it stuck with me, and it still comes up sometimes when I'm thinking about books. I'm like, oh gosh, yeah. Or like something will just trigger a memory of it. So overall, like, it was a really fun book. We're following this world basically that has kind of been taken over by this video game. People can just like connect into it, and it's got its own like currency and world. And the creator of this world, before he died, he put an Easter egg into his game, and people have wanted to find it for years. And you have to like really be invested and know a lot of knowledge, and there's so many 80s references to this and the video games that were around back then, but just like all the pop culture and different stuff. And I really made it really fun to be thinking about all these things and going after this Easter egg, trying to find it, and whoever finds it basically gets control of his entire company. So yeah, it's very insightful as well into the direction that our society is going and our more sedentary lives. There's one moment that really like still sticks with me where he was just like, I literally just sit on this game, and I'm in this game, and I'm not doing anything, and I'm gaining weight and this and that. And so he like was able to program in there that he had to like work out and eat healthy. Otherwise, if he didn't, then he wasn't allowed to get back into the game. And he also like, if he wasn't following it or something, he could like officially get kicked out of the game 100%. Like, I was like, that's smart to get you into shape because you don't want to get out of that thing. So I thought that was really well done. So another one that I didn't realize I enjoyed quite as much as I did until I just kept remembering it and being like, oh, I enjoyed that one. It was One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This was surprising to me, like how much I really truly did enjoy this one, and it really stuck with me. We're following our main character. She like moves to New York, and she's moving in with these roommates, and they're all a little bit weird and quirky. She's gonna go work at this diner, and she has to get on this train to make it there, and subway train. In there, she meets Jane, and Jane is like stuck in the 70s. Like, she's like, look at this girl, she's hot, but like she's got like her tape deck happening, and she realizes that literally she's from the 70s. She's stuck on this train, she can't get off. Trying to figure out a way for her to be able to, but the author did an amazing job of having them always have to hang out on this train because she can't get off, but kind of bringing the party there. Like, she would just create so many different fun scenes within the train that it never really got boring, and it kind of had a fun, you know, sci-fi twist. We're trying to figure out what happened here, but also a cute contemporary romance between the two of them, and a community between her and the members of the dining hall staff, the little cafe that she worked at, and then also like her roommates, and they all just made this like wonderful little found family community, which I thought was really cute too. So definitely really enjoyed that one. Next up is Daughter of the Pirate King. I enjoyed this one so much when I read it. I thought it was going to be a favorite of the year, but it just, like, as the years gone on, I'm like, might not have been quite as good as like my initial reaction. It's just like, yes, oh my gosh, you were so wonderful. I flew through this book. It was so much fun. It's a fantasy romance. We're following Alosa, and she gets captured by another pirate ship, and she is the daughter of the Pirate King. But did she get captured, or was it actually a ruse? So she's got quite a bit of tricks up her sleeve, and there is the best banter between her and the was he the second mate, the like second in command to the captain, and there's like only one bed trope. There's so many cute tropes in this one. It was just adorable, and I really, really, really enjoyed it so much. I don't know, it was really good still, and still 5 stars. It just didn't quite make it to the top 20. Then we have The Patient by Jason DeWitt, I think it is. I'll make sure to have it up. I'm pretty sure it's Jason. I know the last name's DeWitt. And this one really just a fast-paced, fun book too, but it kind of scared me at moments. I was like, oh my gosh, this is creeping me out. I was like laying in bed reading it, and my heart's like, yeah, it definitely got me. And just surprising how much I've still thought about that one and really enjoyed it. It's following this patient who's been in this like mental hospital for like, he was dropped off when he was a kid, and he's been there for years, and anytime anybody spends too much time in his room, they go crazy. They like will commit suicide, or they can't do it. So nobody can figure out what's going on with him because they can't be in the same room as him. It's odd and weird, and I don't think that everybody would like the direction it goes at the end, but I enjoyed it, and it was a fun ride, and it was fast-paced, thrillery, just, it was enjoyable, and I was a little creeped out, so that's always good too. And then we have Horse Store by Grady Hendrix. This one is probably my second favorite Grady Hendrix. I think Southern Book Club kind of beats it out by a smidge, but I just thought this was really fun. It's like this haunted IKEA store type story where we're following some of the, like the manager and a couple other characters that work at this store. And when they come in the morning, every morning something's wrong. Like some piece of furniture has been ruined, or it smells really bad, or just something's off. And management's coming around the next day. And so the manager's like, we need to stay the night and figure out what is happening at night, that this is happening. And then it gets into this whole like haunted horror story going on overnight, and things get crazy. And it was fun. It was a really, really fun book to, I mean, I say fun, but it's a horror book. So, but it just like, you know, you're just page turning and you're just enveloped, and there was a good backstory to it, as well as some weird, creepy stuff going on. A little bit of grossness, but not over the top, because I can't stand too much grossness. I can do a little bit, but not too much. So I don't know. It was a good one. Next, I'm going to say Becky Chambers. I only put one of her books on here, but I just finished a second book by her, and they both were wonderful. And so I read To Be Taught, If Fortunate, like way back in the year. And then I just finished A Psalm for the Wild Built, and both books, oh my gosh, she has beautiful writing, very heartwarming communities that she creates and friendships, and I just really enjoy it. So To Be Taught, If Fortunate is following this space crew who is going out to different planets just to observe and explore it, but not like leave an imprint or do anything like that. And they're just sending back their information that they see from these different planets. And then A Psalm for the Wild Built is about this monk, and he is like a tea monk, and he ends up in the forest and stumbles across a robot. And robots, many decades, generations ago, became sentient beings. They like all of a sudden had this awakening. And so the robot's like, we are checking in on the humans, and we just want to make sure you guys are doing good and what's going on in your world, and we want to know what you need. And so the monk's trying to answer that for him, and they are kind of going on a journey together. And yeah, Becky Chambers just has some really gorgeous writing that I really, really enjoy. And I enjoy that she does sci-fi in a different way that's a little bit more heartwarming and community together drivenness kind of thing, not crazy I'm gonna kill you stuff. Another author with amazing writing is Tiffany D. Jackson. I read Monday's Not Coming by her this year, and it's beautiful. I think the only thing that kind of bumped this down was the ending felt a little unrealistic to me. So I was kind of like, oh, this is so good. And then I wasn't totally thrilled with the way it ended, but it wasn't like detrimental to it. And it still was almost a favorite. Still want to read so much more by her. I think she does have a million books that have like intriguing premises that I'm like, In this one, we're following this girl, and her best friend is Monday, and Monday does not show up to school on the first day of school from summer, and she hasn't seen her like during the summer, and she's like, this is weird that she's not here. She's always here. What is going on? And it's like weeks and months into the year, and she's like, where's Monday? Nobody seems to care that Monday is missing. She's not here. And she keeps trying to talk to her parents and teachers and just get anybody interested in looking. And it's just like, how can this girl just go missing and nobody has noticed or seen anything? How does that happen? And the last book that I'm going to talk about is Away by Darcy Little Badger. And this one is a really fun, like, YA, I guess you could call it like a mystery, but it's a little bit fantastical, maybe like magical realism type of a book. And we're following Away, and she can speak to the dead. And I keep forgetting, it's like a cousin, brother, relative comes to her right before they die, like when they're in between, and says, I did not die the way that they're saying. So basically they're saying that there was an accident, I think a car accident or something, and he's saying, no, it was on purpose, like somebody did this to me, you need to check it out. So she tells her parents, which I really enjoyed that she enjoyed, like she talked to her parents and included them, like she's a teenager, so like that would be something that would actually happen. And they go down to Texas to where he lived, and they're kind of trying to check things out but be on the safe side. And it was very interesting to weave in some of the indigenous culture into the story, as well as a little bit of this magical side. Whoa, Tim, jeez, sorry. My dog just like almost knocked that over. And this kind of mystery, we're trying to figure out what happened for real. And it was a good time. Gosh dang dog. Anyways, I guess it's time to be done, okay? Those are my 9 almost favorites. Actually, I technically got to 10 because I added in that extra Becky Chambers book. So my 10 almost favorites of the year. And if you made it this far, I would absolutely love a cat emoji down below, because my little cat over there is looking adorable. So send that down below. Let me know you're here and just chat with me and tell me what are some of your almost favorites if you're up for it. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful day.